Hello my beautiful people, hope you're doing well and welcome to another video today. My anime for life will be recommending the top 10 anime where girl fall in love with overpowered main character. If you are new here and happen to enjoy this sort of content, then please don't forget to subscribe as well as turn on the notification bell, and for all the people who are already subbed and like the video before it actually starts, know that we appreciate you. Anyways, let's start the video.
おい、とびきり派手なの決めてやる。最終奥義。タタタタタタタタタタ。ホックテスト。
Number 10, Katanagatari. In an Edo-era Japan lush with a variety of sword fighting styles, Shichika Yasuri practices the most unique one, Kyotoryu, a technique in which the user's own body is wielded as a blade. The enigmatic seventh head of the Kyotoryu school, Shichika lives quietly in exile with his sister Nanami until one day, the wildly ambitious strategist Togame barges into their lives. Togame brazenly requests that Shichika help in her mission to collect 12 unique swords, known as the Deviant Blades, for the shogunate. Shichika accepts, interested in the girl herself rather than petty politics, and thus sets out on a journey. Standing in their way are the fierce wielders of these legendary weapons, as well as other power-hungry entities who seek to thwart Togame's objective. In order to prevail against their enemies, the duo must become an unbreakable team as they forge ahead on a path of uncertainty and peril. Number 9, Irae, on 1st May 1945 in Berlin. As the Red Army raises the Soviet flag over the Reichskanzlei, a group of Nazi officers conduct a ritual. For them, the slaughter in the city is nothing but the perfect ritual sacrifice in order to bring back the Order of the 13 Lances, a group of supermen whose coming would bring the world's destruction. Years later, no one knows if this group of officers succeeded or whether they lived or died. Few know of their existence, and even those who knew began to pass away as the decades passed. Now in December in the present day in Suwahara City, Ren Fujii spends his days at the hospital. It has been 2 months since the incident that brought him to the hospital. A fight with his friend Shiri Yusa where they almost tried to kill each other. He tries to value what he has left to him, but every night he sees the same dream. A guillotine, murderers who hunt people, and the black-clothed knights who pursue the murderers. He is desperate to return to his normal, everyday life, but even now he hears Shiru's words, everyone who remains in this city eventually loses their minds. Number 8, Darwin's Game. High school student Kanem Sudo receives an invitation from a classmate to play Darwin's Game, a mobile game he has never heard of. However, as soon as he opens the application, a green snake suddenly pops out from his phone screen and bites his neck, leaving him unconscious. Waking up in the infirmary without any signs of a snake bite, he is told by the school to take the rest of the day off. Although he is puzzled by what has happened, he dismisses the surreal experience as a hallucination and boards the train home. Unfortunately, his curiosity gets the better of him and he uses the application once again. As the application appears to be just like any other battle game, Kanem breathes out a sigh of relief and decides to start his first match. However, the pleasant surprise is short-lived as his in-game opponent unexpectedly appears right in front of him and attempts to hunt him down with a knife. As he desperately runs for his life, Kanem puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that Darwin's Game is not an ordinary game, but rather it's a brutal fight for survival. Number 7, Deep 5 Vibe to Battle. It was just a usual morning. Akira Shiriyanagi, a high schooler who loves games and Kanpeido, Japanese sweets, has suddenly been dragged into a battlefield by a mysterious girl who calls herself Mion. The participants are told that they are erased from the family register, involved in an experiment, and gained certain powers. Akira is determined to win the game with his newfound powers and destroy the organization. Armed with a power no one expects and his brain skills, the new period of intelligence battle begins. Number 6. Seiken no Blacksmith. 44 years ago, the surviving nations of the Valbanal War declared peace and forbade the use of the devastating demon contracts that ravaged the land. Now, inexperienced knight Cecily Campbell is eager to follow the example of her family and protect the people of the city using the sword she inherited from her father. Her first challenge arises in the market. A crazed swordsman wreaks havoc upon civilians, and Cecily jumps into action to restore order. Overwhelmed, her weapon shatters, but a skilled stranger wielding a strange-looking sword intervenes. With the situation diffused, Cecily heads to a local blacksmith in an effort to restore her family heirloom. However, she finds out that her savior, the blacksmith Luke Ainsworth, may be the only person capable of such intricate repairs. Determined to have her treasured sword repaired, she seeks out the man who rescued her. Number 5. Woda Tanjai Niyu. In 6th place, we have my cultivator girlfriend. In the modern cultivation world, everywhere is the law of the jungle. Everyone feels insecure one night after saving a cultivator girl. The security guard, Ma Yingxiang, I hope I said that right, I'm very sorry if I didn't, accidentally starts the journey of practicing cultivation, where we have to learn and adapt to this new world while encountering dangerous people.
じゃあ何も変わっとらんぞ。
違います。
Number 4. Kamisama no Inanishiabi. God has abandoned the world. As a result, life cannot end nor can new life be born, and the dead walk restlessly among the living. Granting one last miracle before turning away forever, God created gravekeepers, mystical beings capable of putting the dead to rest through a proper burial. Ai, a cheerful but naive young girl, serves as her village gravekeeper in place of her late mother. One day, a man known as Hampy Hambart, who is supposedly Ai's father, arrives and kills all the people in her village. Having lost her village and with no plans for the future, Ai decides to accompany the mysterious man on his journey. As she travels the land, the young gravekeeper strives to fulfill her duties, granting peace to the dead and assisting the living, while at the same time learning more about the world that God left in this tragic state.
それこそネビュリス王朝の王位継承賢者たるこの私、アリス・リーゼ。
大丈夫？
Number 3. Kimidaboku Seigo no Senju, a force known as astral power, permeates throughout the world, wielded by astral mages. Fearing its destructive power, the Empire persecutes those who show their abilities. The tormented mages then founded the nebulized sovereignty to flee from their oppressors. Since then, the two nations have been in bitter conflict, the war still going strong for more than a century. After committing the great crime of freeing an imprisoned witch, the talented knight Iska is sentenced to prison. A year later, the Empire leadership suddenly decides to set him free, with the condition that he hunts down a fearsome mage known as the Ice Calamity Witch. Hoping to end the war, Iska agrees. Coincidentally, the Ice Calamity Witch herself, Alicelis Alice, Lu Nebulize 11, also wishes for peace and is willing to do everything she can to bring down the Empire. As Iska and Alice both yearn for a crusade that will turn the world into one without struggle, woe, or pain, the strings of fate tie them ever closer together, creating a bond that goes beyond something fabricated by mere coincidence.
落ち着け、落ち着くんだ自分。もっと集中しないと。集中。
Number 2. Val X Love. Valkyries, legendary female warriors from the land of gods, Asgard, are sent by Odin to protect Earth against the growing threat of demons. To overcome these threats, 9 Valkyries under the guise of the Seiken sisters will have to level up by performing a variety of romantic acts with their official lover, Einherjar. Meanwhile, the socially anxious Takuma Akutsu learns that Odin has chosen him as the Valkyries' lover. Despite his utter horror, however, he agrees to let the sisters stay in his big yet empty house to help them in their war against demons. With 9 beautiful women sharing his roof, will Takuma manage to prevail over his fear of society and become someone worthy of saving the world? Number 1. 11 Eyes. When the sky turns red, the moon turns black, and monsters begin roaming the streets, Satsuyuki Kakeru is at a loss for what to do. Along with his best friend Utica, they try to decipher why they have been sent to this strange world, which is seemingly empty aside from themselves. However, when the red night ends, Kakeru and Utica believed it was all a dream, until it happens again and they are left in a dangerous situation. They meet 4 others in the same predicament: Kaidusakabe Misazu, an expert swordswoman, Takabana Kyukuri, a strange mute girl who looks uncannily like Kakeru's deceased sister, Hirohara Yukuku, a lively young girl whose personality reverts to that of a cold killer when her glasses are removed, and Tajima Takeisa, a young pyrokineticist. As the 6 of them band together to survive and discover what this mysterious world is, things take a turn for the worse as 6 shadows appear before them. That's it for today's video. I hope you like it, and please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, remember to hit the notification button for any more upcoming videos.